she is under a lot of political pressure at home. She is, of course, an ideological fellow traveler with Trump. She's long expressed admiration for him, particularly during his first term, but she was out of power during his first term. When she became prime minister in 2022, Joe Biden was president, and we had Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The circumstances were very particular, and upon taking office, she immediately tacked to the center. She really ingratiated herself with America and Europe's centrists. She fully supported Ukraine, even as Donald Trump criticized Western help to Ukraine. She majorly dialed back her criticism of the European Union. But then when Donald Trump was elected, the big question was, okay, is she now going to pivot over to the right in order to be consistent with Donald Trump? Because right now the glaring issue is that her support for Ukraine, vocally, if not in deeds, is very, very much at odds with the U.S. administration now. And so when she's going to Washington today, she faces a lot of risk, because if something goes wrong, she can mess up really how she has positioned herself. If she is too cozy with Trump today, she's going to jeopardize that relationship she's built with European leaders as less of an ideologue, less of a far-right person, more someone tacking toward the center. But if she distances herself from Trump in any way today, she is going to open herself up to political challenge from her far-right rival, Matteo Salvini, who's now the deputy prime minister. He'd love nothing more than to trigger a new election and toss her out of power, running a campaign saying that she is against Trump and he is for Trump, that she is for Ukraine, that she wants to waste Italy's money on Ukraine. And also, if she's unable to work out anything with these tariffs, he's going to say Meloni wasn't able to have a good enough relationship with Trump to get Italy out of this economic situation, and Matteo Salvini, will be able to do it. So the stakes are really high, especially because Italy is so dependent on exports to the United States. Much has been said about the trade deficit in goods between Europe and the U.S., but for Italy, it's particularly high. Italy exports a lot of goods to the U.S., does not import very much goods. Italy is also extremely dependent on the United States militarily. It has the second highest number of U.S. bases on its soil after Germany. It is really the prime country that someone like J.D. Vance would point to in Europe and say, you are too dependent on the United States, you're ungrateful. Were it not for who Giorgia Meloni is, we could expect the Italian prime minister sitting in that chair today to get quite a tongue lashing, maybe a Zelensky-style treatment in the Oval Office. But because Meloni is on side with Trump, that's very unlikely to happen. The question is, does she get lulled in a little too close to Trump that could put her in some jeopardy in terms of her standing on the European stage?